Hey everybody, welcome in, happy Sunday. Welcome in, hello beautiful, welcome in Cass, Staffers, Roslyn, Cheeky, Black Orchid, Sharon. Thank you for the jewels, Black Orchid, Natty Red, Keisha, welcome in everybody and happy Sunday. Um, Today we have Chrisean and Blueface and I guess Petey. Does anybody know what that lady's name is that's been helping Chrisean or whatever, her caregiver? Whatever her name is, we have her too. Um, let's get started with Chrisean. I just want to review what Chrisean said was her reason for going to Miami.
With family, because I leave 10. I go to Miami. I'm gonna go see this Jesus exhibit. My son is already.
So y'all heard Chrisean. She said that she was going to see a Jesus exhibit. Of course, now we all know that that's not true. It doesn't even seem like she's tried to like act like that's what she was going to Miami to do. So, oh, we missed you too, Black Orchid. I'm glad you're here today. I hope you're feeling better. Her case manager, Zunday. Okay. I never hear anybody say her name. I just see her keep popping up. Let's get into she did go meet with Claressa Shields again, or I don't is this her first time meeting with Claressa Shields? I think last time they were talking on the phone or something like that. There's been so much that's happened, I don't even remember what she has going on with Claressa now. But let's get into these few clips and then I'll come back up.
Stay away from you know who. I ain't gotta say the name. You. Who? Stay away from me.
How they be about you too, though?
I know.
Baby,
just don't put yourself up for it.
I don't. I know.
Like this. So
Girl,
you gotta be like,
what I learned is,
you gotta just duck down and go.
what I learned is, like, when I be trying to get content, there's always something in the room trying to take away from it.
What?
Okay. Stuff for you, though.
I've been down there before. I've been low with 154 and far.
Okay.
So I've been champ at 54, 60, 68, 75, 75 plus. But going down to 60.
Who was there to fight?
No, you look a little bigger. She look a little bit bigger than me, but like a little bit. Uppercut here, hook here, right. They don't want nothing. Okay. Girl, you got it. It's repetition, bro. It's repetition.
You look like.
I do it every day. I fail. Boom. Give me an uppercut here.
Okay.
And we make it
I'm
happen.
so happy. Okay, what are you cutting down to?
160. Where you just fought at?
Woo!
Girl! To the fight, link with me. You have my number.
Okay.
Hey, chat! I have not got any kick and none of that stuff, so hey, y'all.
Hold it up like this, bro. Waist level.
Yes. First of all, y'all know I support my girl, Chrisean.
You too, you gotta fight.
Yeah, 3 weeks. August 15th.
That's cool. My
Yeah,
sister on your color.
She finally getting big legs.
I know. I'm trying to take it serious like you though.
You can.
I am. I am.
You know.
Stay focused.
Gotta lock in. Lock in on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You look good.
Girl, listen. I tried.
baby. Yo, I never met her in real life.
No, we didn't. But we are both Pisces.
We are?
Yes, we are.
Okay, we a child of God though.
Of course.
Yeah.
Child of God first. Jesus over everything.
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm finna shoot this video shoot, but first
Oh
of all,
yeah, she got a video shoot coming. Ah! You rapping? You rapping?
Yeah.
Ah!
I do my little one too. You know, run your mouth on all platforms. Listen, I be serious when I tell you to come.
I was here since one.
I done told her since before last fight. Come and train with me. Come work out with me. Come eat clean with me.
All right, come on.
When you ready.
We can do it.
No, when you ready to come and you for real.
You here?
So that's all the clips that I got of Chrisean with Claressa. But this comment on the screen, something is wrong with that Asian lady. Nobody with good morals will be able to be around Chrisean. You're not wrong. I don't know exactly what the lady's role is. I haven't heard anybody speak about it, or I haven't delved into it at all. But usually when people just appear around Chrisean, they were sent to Chrisean. And usually it has something to do with like um I'll say all the happenings that she has going on behind the scene. So I don't know exactly what the Asian lady's purpose is, but usually somebody like her is somebody that was sent to Chrisean. Um Let me read a couple more comments. She don't even like people that look like Claressa. Yeah, it's just a clout moment for Chrisean. It's not serious at all. Um Y'all know like the whole situation with like Dean the Great and Adrian Bronner, and how Chrisean went around them, and now all like the lawsuits are coming out and stuff like that. And of course, AB and Dean, they were already, that's their stuff. They did that allegedly. Those are their burdens to bear. However, we know like now it's obvious that every time Chrisean goes around somebody, skeletons start coming out, something bad happens to them afterwards, something like that. So it's not, I don't know what's going to happen with Claressa from here, and maybe nothing. But now that Chrisean has been around her, I wouldn't be at all surprised if, some of her own demons started coming out the closet. I wouldn't be surprised if next week, her and Remy start beefing again. Something happens with Papoose. I wouldn't be surprised at all, because like we talked about Chrisean, every time she goes around people, it's literally just the Chrisean effect. Every time she's around somebody, something ends up going wrong in their life afterwards. I kind of want to see what it is with Claressa though, because for some reason none of these people learn. None of these people learn that they don't need to be around around Chrisean at all. And they just, for some reason, they just keep breathing life into her. So that's on them. Their burdens to bear. It is what it is. I think Filipino lady is her handler. Something like that, probably. I believe she was the one who helped her with the free tattoo removal. Rock claims that she met her on the beach on a live. Oh yeah, I do remember that. I remember that. Hmm. But now I'm thinking too, is it the same? Because like y'all know, I want to say it was back around the time she got slapped in Compton. She just randomly started hanging out with these Mexican people. And I remember for sure there was a lady that was with her all the time, but there was always a man in the background too. And those people, they were sent to Chrisean. They weren't actually Chrisean's friend or anything. But if y'all remember, like Chrisean went to the Lakers game, and I think she went to the Lakers game and the Rams game and some other event. But those people were the ones that were getting her in there, but they weren't actually like her friends or anything. Those people were sent to her too. So I don't, it kind of seems like it might be the same thing if she met her just like that and they're talking about a free tattoo removal, and then now this lady is with her like all the time now, basically. I'll try to see if I can find some other stuff on the lady. We'll see though. That girl is poison. She is. Hey Letitia, that Asian lady just want a free promo for her laser tattoo removal office. Breach drama. Not a CCE case. That's true though. I'm not. I'm really not surprised at all to see Claressa linked up with Chrisean. Um, she she don't know what she got going on, but whatever. Hopefully, the Filipino lady is undercover to set up Chrisean. She might be. Usually that's what happens with Chrisean though, because even Marsh, I don't know if y'all have heard like the story about Marsh before either, but Marsh was sent to Chrisean too. So usually anybody that you see around Chrisean is like her friend or anything like that. They were sent to Chrisean. Um and they always have, I feel like for the most part, to my understanding, they usually have like everybody has a different purpose basically. She been around for a minute. She paid for for that laser removal. This is messy for Claressa because Tasiki claims she don't deal with Krishan. I keep forgetting about Taseki. But yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Wonder if that will mess up her face if she gets that laser done. Didn't Krishan say before that she's not supposed to be doing laser sessions while she's actively training? Wasn't that something that she said before? Because people were asking why it was taking her so long to get the laser removal done. And she said that she couldn't get it, like, she's not supposed to be working on it while she's actively training for a fight. Welcome in, Koala. That's what I thought. I thought but she's not as diligent as she should be about it. I don't think. I'm pretty sure she was supposed to have like more sessions than what she's had by now. It would seem like, because then she started on this like towards the end of last year, and it's about to be August, what, next week, and she's still like, it really doesn't look like too much has happened with the tattoo for real, but we'll see. Anyway, Krishan, why everybody's here. Krishan and Blueface have linked up in Miami again. Once again, let's hear why Krishan said she was going to Miami.
With family because I leave 10. I go to Miami. I'm gonna go see this Jesus exhibit. My son is already.
Is Blue the Jesus exhibit? Is Blueface the Jesus exhibit? I don't know, but let's hear what Petey has to say about Blueface being in Miami.
Ain't real, cause I wouldn't even allow that shit. So you can get that off my shit right now. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I'm not one of them. You feel me? But I'm out here having a good time. I'm out here having a relaxing time. You feel me? 2 boats connected, you feel me? Camp start Tuesday. I'm on that. On my soul. I'm on that from day one. Bound to happen though. This shit bound. I don't give a fuck, nigga. You keep asking where Shorty Bro is. Shorty Bro not here. I don't.
So y'all heard Petey. People were in the comments asking where Blueface was, and of course, Petey is denying that Blueface is there, even though we most of us had already spotted him already. I don't know why Petey feels the need to lie when it's obvious that he's there. But this is kind of like what I mean when I talk about how like all the people in the circus just get on the internet and play in people's faces. Because everybody could see that Blueface was there, but for some reason Petey felt like he needed to lie about it. I don't understand that. But let's get into Um, I think this is just Chrisean. I don't think Blueface can be seen in this one, but let's watch this one.
Hey! I don't give a fuck about no Claressa sincere! What the fuck? Alright, go on, Lonnie. Let go. Me! Get me! It's just content! Come on! Why the fuck did you put me as a QB? I know I got a QB! No, where the check at? Give me the check!
It's the love song. Oh, that's street stuff. I ain't gonna let that I'm singing I was a real bitch.
Alright, so look, what y'all want to see? Where the chat at? Where your phone at? Open your eyes.
Shit, I was gonna get
That shit was crazy. Oh, them lights is coming out, girl. Oh my God, them feathers are flocking, babe.
I just wanna write this song. We can kill this motherfucker, man.
I ain't gonna lie. Catch me at the club tonight, kick. I don't give a fuck, you right?
This is cool, but I get hard.
Ready?
Gotta watch these songs all day. I think the time still kids. Put out on my house, it's like nigga, find a suit. My phone, you was trying to send me up.
So that was Chrisean and Petey and Blue. I want to say Blue was on the boat at this time, but like I said, we can't see him. But I'm pretty sure he was already on the boat here. Welcome in, Blanco. I just seen somebody else. I think it was Bray that came in. Welcome in though, everybody. But yeah, I think Blue was on the boat at this time. We just couldn't see him. I'm pretty sure. Let's get into some actual clips with Blueface though.
Never let the beef get cold with the meat. Pull up on your block and I bleed it.
Yeah, like.
I'm out here having a good time. I'm out here having a relaxing time. You feel me? 2 boats connected, you feel me? Camp start Tuesday. I'm on that. On my soul. I'm on that from day one. I'm on that from day one. Niggas won't stop Petey. This shit bound to happen though. This shit bound to happen. I don't give a fuck, nigga. You keep asking where Shorty Bro is. Shorty Bro not here.
Blueface, baby. Woke up this morning thinking about what I'ma drive today.
So y'all see Chrisean sitting on Blue's lap in this one, and then this one has. Let me go get another one. I think it's this. You see the Chrisean is having a time. Look at her and Blue, and I just think it's funny how people keep on trying to like match his shoes to what's going on in the videos because it's obviously him. Like there's no question about it. This is obviously Blue. Look at him. Aw, Junior's parents. You said I bet neither one of them bathed. Probably not. Blue probably ain't took a shower since what is it? Today's Sunday. This was what last night. So Blue probably ain't took a shower since Friday. Chrisean, we still don't know if she's actually taking a shower or not because her first day in Miami, she didn't take one at all. She was outside with the exact same clothes she had on the day before. So she may have taken a shower by now, but probably not. Chrisean, honestly, she probably hasn't taken a shower. Since she's been outside in the water and everything else, she probably just considered that to be her bath for right now, and that's it. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Chrisean gives that. She gives that as long as I've gotten in the shower or in the lake or not at the shower, as long as I've gotten in some type of water, even if it's lake water, that counts as a bath. I don't need to take an actual shower with soap and water or anything like that. I wouldn't be surprised. And Blue, clearly he's the same way. He likes it. If he can willingly sleep with Chrisean, he's dirty too. So clearly he doesn't care about the smell or anything else. He's just gonna be all up in it regardless, which is crazy to me, but whatever. Let's look at Junior's parents again though. Look at them just enjoying themselves. Let's run it back again. The part about the whole Blueface showing up in Miami thing though that's so crazy to me is that Blueface knows that Chrisean has put a statement on him. He knows that Chrisean is planning to kill him and everything else, and for some reason he's still hanging out with her. That's why I said I feel like Blueface has just given up on life. Because for you to still be first of all, for you to fly all the way across the country from LA to Miami to hang out with Chrisean over the weekend, and she's actively plotting to take you off this earth, and you know that she is, there has to be something like just completely wrong or gone about you mentally, you know? Um, sorry y'all, I'm trying to do my hair and this live at the same time. Um, thank you not Nautica for the jewels. I appreciate it. Um, how do you know this is Blue? The footage is 10-second long and it looks like 1989 quality. I guess we need to get into the rest of the clips. I don't know. Like here, I'll play this clip. You see that's Blue right there, right? Or do you think that's somebody else? Um, that's most definitely Blue. And I'm not trying to be like I swear I'm not trying to be, like, rude or anything like that, but, like, at this point, we know that Blue has no problem whatsoever linking up with Chrisean. 'Cause, well, I think it was last week or yeah, it would've been last Monday when his house got swatted or whatever, and he went in the room after while the police were still there, and he was talking about how Chrisean got effed and he was absolutely still effing on her and blah, blah, blah. You know, at this point, we know that Blue has no issue whatsoever with still linking up with Chrisean. And they've been doing this for a minute. It's not anything new, you know? Um, Says still no signs of Junior. How does she just disregard her child continuously? Because she does not love Junior at all. She does not love Junior. She does not care about Junior. I've seen a few people in comments, probably I think it was on Instagram or something today. But people were talking about how they're starting to think that Junior isn't Blueface's son because they don't understand how Chrisean could do this, like how Chrisean could just constantly be with Blueface, even though like Junior's nowhere around and Blueface isn't claiming him or anything like that. However, it really is just simply because Chrisean doesn't care about Junior. She never cared about, whether Blueface was gonna be a father to Junior or not. She just wanted to have him around. Um, and so that's good enough for her. As long as she can jet off to Miami with him on the weekend and have her little fun, then she really doesn't care about, whether he's a father to Junior or not. Because she doesn't even want to be a mother to Junior. So of course she doesn't care about Blueface being a father to him. But I get where that logic comes from because there's no way like I would be, just running around with a man all in different cities and states and everything else, smiling in his face. I wouldn't be doing anything uh positive, entertainment based, anything like that with him if he wasn't claiming my child. But that's how normal people think. We got to think about that too though. Krishan isn't normal at all. Um sh- uh, Krishan is in her own special class. Mm, mm, Nevaeh is somewhere yelling and beating on not Supreme or whatever that little boy is. The circus is toxic and crazy as fuck. Hopefully she not beating on I was about to say Supreme too. No, hopefully not she not beating on Superior. Hopefully not. Krishan don't care about Junior. All she cares about is Dick. Yeah, that's true. She does not care about Junior at all. So it really is nothing for her to still run around with a man that denies him. I live for the funk, I don't, not for the funk. It really, you know what? And that's once again, it goes back to that thing too, right? Where Blueface really has given up his whole life for Krishan. He really has. I know a lot of people they like to stay stuck on the whole, Jaden is number one thing, but it's almost like Krishan is number one at this point. Since clearly nobody cares about the kids at all, so the kids shouldn't even be a factor. If we just think about, how Blue does whatever for whoever, Krishan is number one at this point, obviously. Cause to know that Krishan has all the shit that she has going on with you, and she's literally plotting on your life from every angle that she could possibly plot on your life. And she's just plotting on your downfall at this point, and you're still with her at this point because he was with her last weekend. Um, I don't think the weekend before she was in Miami by herself, so he wasn't with her then. But this is 2 weekends in a row that he's with this woman, and she's just plotting heavily on his downfall. And he doesn't care at all. He's just right there with her having a time. Let me put it back up on the screen. Hold on. Mm-mm. Like y'all see it. Look at him. He loves him some Chrisean, clearly. Or he's just down to play her games, whatever the case may be. He's been with her 2 weekends in a row knowing all that she has going on um to go against him. And that's crazy to me. Most people, if they knew that, somebody was actively plotting on their downfall, they would stay away from them. But I think Blueface just honestly does not care at this point, and is actually is sad. Honestly, it is. Mm. Do y'all think, like, if something was going to happen to Blueface sometime soon, right? Which that's what Krishan is plotting on, right? Do y'all think it's gonna happen before Solar or Junior, whatever his name is gonna be, gets here? What do y'all think? There's something out now, and other titles today is where she wants to leave the country. Yeah, Krishan can't leave the country. She might want to leave the country, but she can't. Krishan is an informant. Uh, the FBI or whoever her agency is now, they're not letting her go anywhere. Krishan, that's and like when people come in the comments and they say that, you know, other people are jealous of Krishan and stuff like that. Krishan's life is not her own. Like, I would never be jealous of a person who couldn't just live their own life the way they wanted to. It has to be dictated by where the government wants you to do and what your assignment is for the time being and all that shit. I would hate that. But that's Krishan's life. Krishan is not leaving the country at all. Like I said, she might want to, but that's not gonna happen. And if y'all remember, Krishan has talked about leaving the country before and didn't do it. Krishan, I don't know what her obsession is with talking about leaving the country, but maybe that is what she really wants to do, because she's just tired of being here. Maybe she's tired of working for the government, being a CI. I don't know, but she's talked about it quite often, and she never goes anywhere because she can't. Even for the Yahweh music video or whatever, right? She said that she wanted to go shoot it in Jerusalem. That's still yet to happen. And I know, now of course, there's other factors, as to why she can't go over there. But before that, she wasn't um when all those factors wasn't going on, she still couldn't go shoot her music video in Jerusalem. Like, she can't go anywhere at all. I don't sh Can she even go to, like, Hawaii or Alaska or Puerto Rico or anything like that? Krishan probably can't even leave the mainland. 'Cause I've never seen her on no island besides Catalina Island. I don't even think Krishan can leave what's considered to be the mainland. She might be able to, but I've never seen it. As much as she talks about leaving and blah, 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 I've never seen her go anywhere. Besides it's like Miami is the furthest she can go. There's a video of him talking about her being an informant in some court video. It's not a secret that she's an informant. He's most definitely a snitch. Yeah, Blueface is a snitch too. Both of them, but Krishan, of course, she's on a quite larger scale than Blueface. But Blueface had to do some telling to get out of jail too. So even like when Jaden was talking about how Blueface is a snitch, that's like the tip of the iceberg for Blueface. That's not all the telling he's done. But yeah, Blueface is most definitely a snitch too. Krishan is just a way bigger snitch. If she's on probation, she sure can't. My theory is she's obsessed with going out of the country because we all know she never really been anywhere for real. London boxing match that was for Blue. Yeah, I don't remember her going out the country any other time besides that. I'm pretty sure that's like the whole time she's been on the scene, that's the only time she's been out the country. And I think that's what it is too. She kind of just like she's obsessed with the thought of making it happen because she's never done it before and she's never really been anywhere before. But then again, no one in the circus has really been anywhere before besides Blueface. Blueface has been to a few different countries that we know of, but like Jaden's never been anywhere. Krishan's never been anywhere. We've never seen Carlissa go anywhere. For people to like, be on the internet all the time talking about how rich they are and how much money they have and blah blah blah. None of them ever go anywhere. None of them ever go on any vacation, anything. It's like everybody's just in the house or just running around LA doing whatever pretty much. But I've never besides Catalina Island, I've never seen in like the few places that Blue has went, the few countries that Blue has went to, I've never seen any of them outside on vacation anywhere. Um let's get into I think I have two more clips, I think. Yeah, these are just repeat clips, I guess, but let me see. Yeah, that's definitely Blue though with Krishan. I don't know what the purpose of this link up was. Blue a snitch, whack a snitch, game is a snitch. That's true. All of them. Uh, even when we talk about like Ronnie's murder, Blue and Whack were involved in Ronnie's murder too. Um, and maybe that's what this link up was about. Maybe Krishan needed to talk to Blueface about. I know y'all have seen the um Quell is out talking or whatever, and I haven't watched like Quell's whole live or all his clips or anything like that. So I haven't done a video on it or anything like that. But Quell is uh Quell is saying his piece. Sounds like he's from what I've seen so far, it sounds like he's going against Krishan a little bit. Um at this point it's almost like I'm wondering who's gonna go next, basically. Cause Junior, it seems like Junior is since Krishan won't show him, it seems like he's probably doing worse than he usually is. And then of course, Blueface is on the chopping block, and now Quell is coming out and talking, and it sounds like he's going against Krishan. I don't know who's going next, y'all. I don't know who's going next, but it seems like someone else is about to make their exit too, though. I could be wrong, but and I'm not saying that as fact. It's just my opinion. I think someone else is gonna make their exit very soon, like within the next week, like 2 weeks or so. They don't even take the kids on vacation. No, and that's the thing. Like a lot of people, they like to think that like Journey and Javon are like the most favored kids, and they get treated better than anybody else. But it's the same thing with them as all the rest of the kids of the circus. Nobody gets to go on vacation. It's summertime. Jaden went out of town for I don't think she went anywhere this weekend, but the last 2 weekends she's been out running back and forth to Vegas to see not K Suave, Kai Bands, and she could have been taking her kids somewhere on vacation, even if it was a road trip. She could have found something that was kid friendly to take them to. They couldn't even do that. It's like everybody in the circus, every grown up in the circus, it's all like sex based basically. So if it's a woman in the circus, it's her whole personality is centered around a man. She don't care about nothing else besides the men. And then if it's a dude in the circus, it's like all he cares about is coochie. Like nobody's thinking about the kids at all. The kids don't get vacations, including Journey and Javon. Um, it's very dusty around there. It's very dusty around there. But some people look at the circus and they think everybody's rich, everybody has money. Um, you know, I can't tell though. I really can't tell. Most people that have money vacationing and showing their kids different parts of the world and things like that, that's the actual priority, but in the circus it's not at all. Um, you know, whatever though. If that's how they want to live, that's how they want to live. But, um hold on. Black Orchid, thank you for the jewels. Danielle, thank you. Uh Nautica, thank you. And Pensy, thank you. Let me get y'all little hold on. Here we go.
Cash make the coochie go woo woo.
Uh in my circle, that's called being a bad parent. Yeah, that's true. In mine too. Like I said, usually if you have the funds or anything like that, or even if you don't have the funds, most people they'll save up to be able to take their kids on vacation and show them different things in the world. But it just doesn't seem like that's a priority for anybody in the circus. Jaden, she has bottles to buy, bottles, fake Birkins. She has to keep up with her internet persona. Blueface owes a lot of people in debt. He has to keep up with whatever he has to keep up with. And that's it. Even Carlissa, since she's the grandma and she likes to talk about how much money she has and blah blah blah, she could be doing something with the grandkids too, even if the parents don't, but she chooses not to, you know? Um Time's up. Somebody gotta go, y'all. This is sad. Yeah, I definitely think somebody's going out soon. Lust overrides their ability to make good decisions. That's true. All of them, it's just all about lust. Uh all of them. Nothing, and like I said several times already, like nothing has came out of the circus at all. Absolutely nothing good has come out of the circus. Nobody's gotten like 10 times richer. Actually, it seems like at this point everybody has went broke. Jaden is broke, Blueface is broke. Well, Jaden never had no money in the first place. She was eating off a Blue's plate, but Blueface has went broke, Chrisean is broke, Carlissa and them are broke too. Everybody's broke. Nothing good is going on in the circus. That's why I still don't understand why so many people like go out their way to try to be aligned with these people. Like Blueface and his hoes like BB and Ashley and all of them, even though Ashley said she's not a part of it anymore. I don't understand why anybody goes out their way to even try to be a part of it. Blueface got Nevaeh thinking he's saving for a house, but he's flying across flying across the country. Has anybody checked on Nevaeh? Let me see if she's said anything. Cause of course, we know that Nevaeh doesn't care about Blueface cheating. However, she especially does not want him around with Chrisean. Hold on a second. Oh, they're saying that Carlissa refused to attend Nevaeh's baby shower is what caused Nevaeh not to have her baby shower. Hmm. And I ain't gotten well, I don't know. Cause I thought Nevaeh was supposed to have a baby shower, and then I did see somebody else say earlier that like they posted a clip of how she was talking about how she wasn't going to have one. Hopefully she didn't let Carlissa stop her want to have a baby shower though. I don't see nothing else about Nevaeh though. So we probably won't see what she thinks about Blueface hanging out with Chrisean until he gets home. And of course, what do y'all think Blueface is gonna say? He's probably gonna say that's his cousin again. Like it's funny. This is why CR is now all of a sudden looking for her dad, Eugene. Yeah, because Quell is talking and her dad, I told y'all her dad is the one that he was the um he's one of the major players in Ronnie's unaliving, I'll say that. Um and this Sunday chick looks randomly out of place. She's old and almost seems as if she too could be an informant and gathering intel to use against Rashawn. That's what I was kind of thinking about too. Is she's more so sent there to like keep a close eye on Krishan and what it is that she's doing. She's kind of like in a handler aspect too, but not exactly a handler. But I definitely think she has a like ulterior motives for being there. Like she didn't just pop up out of nowhere. Um, Carlos the dance clicks. The kids are an afterthought and props at this point. That's true. Very true. Barely hit songs. I know plenty of people that are broke and they charge up their cards to take their kids to Disney for the weekend. Like that's pathetic of them. They leave and leave their kids behind. Who does that? That's true. I agree 1,000%. You know, they could do something. They just choose not to. They don't care, right? It's obvious to me that no one in the circus, like even though they all have kids at this point, I think Sam is the only person in the circus that doesn't have kids. Everybody else in the circus has kids. And it doesn't seem like any of them are actually serious about raising their kids. Like it just kind of is what it is basically. You know what I mean? Like they have them there for whatever reason they wanted there cuz I don't understand why there's so many kids in the circus either because nobody wants to be a parent. It's like these girls are just having kids for no reason and for some reason they think that that's what's going to keep Blueface with them when he obviously does not care. But they still keep getting pregnant anyway. I don't get it. Um Definitely treated like props. Mm. Carlissa wasn't invited. Nevaeh don't like her. That's what I was thinking, but they have a. Let me see. They have another part of it. I don't know who this is on the like in the text message that they're talking to. That Carlissa is talking to. But she says, no, you can tell her friend, I don't want nothing to do with her and the disrespect. And then it's like a screenshot of them talking about the baby shower. So I don't know. Maybe because like a few weeks ago, Carlissa and Nevaeh were cool. Like around the time that like the NBA young boy stuff happened or whatever, her and Carlissa were cool when she was washing potatoes with the dish soap or whatever. They were cool back then. So maybe something changed and she did actually invite her and then she uninvited her. What was that last week when all the voodoo talk started again? Maybe that's what happened. Um Blue treats Nevaeh like he hates her. That's her character in the circus. Disney literally had 60-day tickets on sale, like literally recently and over 4th of July weekend. I'm not understanding why these so-called ballers can't take their kids somewhere. I just think they don't care. I think they don't care. And I think, for instance, right, with Jaden's situation with Javon and Journey, Jaden would try to say that, Journey is just too wild to take anywhere and she doesn't want to deal with Javon's attitude and blah, blah, blah. But that's literally her doing. Like those kids act the way that they act because of her. I don't She likes to think that they don't, but they absolutely do. You know what I'm saying? Um yeah, even just for Jaden's kids, it's sad that she doesn't recognize that like her kids act that way because of how they're being raised by her. And I get it, Blue is absolutely their parent too, but if we're gonna be real about it, those kids spend way more time with Jaden than they do with Blueface. So when we're looking at their behavior, more people are gonna look towards Jaden as to why they behave the way they do because they spend more time with her. And I don't, even with Javon's behavior, it seems like Javon is a little bit more well behaved than he used to be, but he still has his own issues too. Like, and those are attributed to Jaden. And at the same time, some of it could be attributed to the fact that Blueface was absent for so long. But either way it goes, Jaden still spends more time with them than anybody else does. Um, but yeah, I don't think they at all care about like raising the kids or giving the kids a good childhood or anything. I think all of the kids in the circus who are allegedly blue faces, I think all of them were basically just made because they think the mothers thought that that's what was going to keep Blueface around for some reason. But that's all they wanted, was to try to keep Blueface with those kids. There was no other reason to have them. They're sickos. Agree. 1,000% agree. Clocked it. I don't think none of them are good parents, and I think all the kids were had just to, keep Blueface around, and now nobody knows what to do with them. It's like when you it's like, have y'all ever like prepared for some kind of storm like a hurricane or like a big snowstorm or ice storm or something like that? Like you go buy supplies thinking you're going to need them and then you like buy too many so now they're just there, you don't know what to do with them. It seems like that's what the kids are like for all the mothers in the circus and for Blueface too. Cuz Blueface, I thoroughly believe he begged Jaden to have another baby. Um Jaden thought that that's what was gonna keep him at home, so she did it, and now she just don't know what to do with the kid, basically. Because Journey, I don't like necessarily talking about, Journey's behavior because I don't like for it to seem like I'm saying, like, Journey is just like a demon child necessarily because I 1,000% think that her parents and her grandparents are to blame for her behavior because she's a child. Like children don't just randomly act the way Journey does. They don't. It has to do with who their parents are, what they're allowed to be around, stuff like that. And around the time that I think it was either the day after, or the day after, or 2 days after the sex tape with Jaden got released. Carlissa was online and she was talking about how everybody in the circus is a bad parent basically, right? And she said that Jaden wasn't a good parent either. Cuz she was highly pissed off, like she was just going off on everybody. And she said something about Jaden wasn't a good parent and good parents aren't online making sex tapes and blah blah blah, but she also said something about Journey and she was talking about how Journey knows way too much grown folks business basically. And I think that's true. And I'm pretty sure even though Carlissa pointed it out, right? I'm pretty sure that Carlissa contributes to that as well. That she also contributes to how much grown folks business Journey knows, even though she shouldn't know all this business. Um, but I don't get why it's so okay for like Journey to just be a part of everything. Cause even I dropped that video this morning about Journey calling Jaden ugly. But in that live, like those clips that I showed from the live where Jaden was high and they're sitting around talking about Blueface and shit. Why is Journey in the room while y'all are talking about Blueface like that? Why is she in the room and Jaden's talking about, "Oh, your dad don't do nothing for me, blah blah blah." That's still her dad. Like the way Jaden talks about other people in front of Journey, there I have no doubt in my mind that Journey's behavior is attributed to how Jaden acts behind the scenes. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because, like I said, most little girls and most kids in general, boys included, they're not just running around telling their mom that they're ugly. They're not. And then when Journey says, I don't want to be with you anymore, or I don't want to be here with you anymore. I saw there, and it's not funny. It's really not funny. But there was a couple of people in the comments that they were talking about how how Journey had suicidal ideations, and I don't think that's what Journey is saying. I think Journey is just saying. I think Journey is repeating things that she's heard. So whether it be Blueface telling Jaden that he don't want to be with her, or Jaden telling Blueface that she don't want to be with him anymore, or I don't want you anymore, something like that. She's heard some stuff like that before. I don't think that Journey is saying that she wants to off herself though. Hopefully that's not what she's saying. But if that is what she's saying, who has she heard saying that before? Jaden? Because at this point, I've told y'all before, I'm pretty sure that Jaden drinks as much as she does because she's just trying to numb the pain of her life pretty much. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if she's, had a few nights where things have, went way too far and she's too drunk and in her feelings and she said something crazy like that before. I wouldn't be surprised. And hopefully Journey has not been up and around, to hear that or see that. But at the same time, at this point, I would not be surprised at all. None of these people, not only do they, not care about raising their kids, but it's like all of them have no type of they have no type of cues or anything like that to know like what children should be present for and what they shouldn't be present for, Like Blueface and Jaden, they have no issue whatsoever having the most inappropriate conversations ever in front of their kids. Even Junior, Junior can't understand anything. He doesn't know what's going on, anything like that. However, energy is still a thing. And the way Chrisean talks in front of him and the conversations that get had in front of him, uh, all that shit, it gets to a point where it gets to be disrespectful to your kids too, that you don't think that they should just be in a kid's spot, in a kid's place. Instead of letting them just be kids, you have all these adult conversations going on around them, and they have to try to process them. Because even with Javon, you can really see the wheels turning with Javon sometimes. Like he can tell something is wrong, all that, and it's like nobody cares. They just keep on doing it anyway. Welcome in, Nature. They have no decorum, no class, no nothing. Journey slaps her babysitter a while ago. Blueface didn't move. Oh, did she? I remember Jaden talking about she was having problems at school, but I don't remember her slapping the babysitter. That might have been during one of my breaks from the circus. Manners was CPS is a big incompetent part of the problem. Manners whatsoever. I don't hear yes ma'am, no ma'am. Yeah, none of them have been taught anything. Not because even if like Jaden just says the slightest thing to Javon, he's like, "What? Why?" Asking why. I, sometimes I'm just completely perplexed. You know what I'm saying? Like you just told your kid to do something, and he's like, "Oh, why? What do you mean why? Because I said so." You know. And then Jaden acts like she's completely clueless as to why it's happening or anything like that, and she just wants to, she just wants to tell Javon, "Oh, you're just like your dad, blah blah blah." Well, why is that? Claressa is a bona fide diabolical demon. She is. Claressa is absolutely a demon. And once again, when we talk about how the kids behave, I don't understand why it is that Jaden is so, quick to leave her kids with Claressa. I don't understand why she's so quick to leave her kids with Claressa, knowing like Journey slaps everybody. Yeah, that's true. Because at this point, we've seen her put her hands on Jaden. We've seen her put her hands on Blueface, Claressa. Has she hit Sam? Has she put her hands on Sam before? That's what I want to know. But yeah, I don't knowing all the shit that Carlissa does and seeing how Carlissa's kids came out, there's no way in hell that I would ever leave my kids with Carlissa. It's like Jaden is just so desperate for a babysitter, she doesn't care who she leaves her kids with. And I get it, like, that's the kid's grandma, whatever the case may be. However, just because that's their grandma doesn't mean you need to leave them with her. I don't I'm sorry, I just don't believe in that. That's nice that she wants to have a relationship with them and stuff like that, but you're going to have to show me that you are also capable of actually being a decent grandmother, um because it doesn't seem like you've been a good mom to your kids at all. And I can see how your kids turned out and they all turned out fucked up, so why would I let you around my kids so you can fuck them up too, you know? But Jaden, like I said, she don't have the capacity to think like that because she just needs a babysitter so she can make sure that she can be outside putting on a fake persona. Like she's some rich uh in demand entertainer or something like that. I don't know why people think Jaden lives the life that she lives or the life that she says she lives. Tries to put on a act for on social media. Because most people that I can think of, most people would be looking at Jaden like she's a loser for real. Not fantastic, fantastic, Sam. Um, she needs a babysitter so she can drive to Vegas. That's what I'm saying. And even the driving to Vegas thing, like I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, why? Because didn't Jaden's fans say that Kai bought her a plane ticket on stream? Is that true, or were they lying? Because my thing is, if he bought you a plane ticket, why not just fly? Or I feel like he really didn't buy her a plane ticket. They were just flexing like always and trying to act like something happened that didn't. And she had to figure out a way to get to Vegas. And the only way she could get to Vegas was to drive there. Because I think from LA to Vegas is what, like a 5.5, 6 hour trip or something like that. Something around there. So altogether, round trip, that's 12 hours that you're doing 2 weekends in a row for nothing, basically. It's giving that Kai really didn't buy the ticket and Jaden couldn't afford the ticket, so she just drove to Vegas. Cause then they didn't even do anything while they were in Vegas either. All they did was stay in an Airbnb, cook some little funky steaks, and that was it. You drove to Vegas just to stay in an Airbnb and cook some steaks. Y'all aren't going outside or nothing. It's giving broke. And I know Jaden's fans, if y'all are in the back and y'all are mad, oh well. Oh well. I didn't tell your fave to be outside flexing like she really had it like that and doing questionable shit. Cause absolutely nobody is driving back and forth to Vegas 2 weekends in a row just to go see a man that's really not their man. Cause Kai don't even look like, and I'm telling y'all from a standpoint of a Taurus, because Kai is a Taurus too. Kai does not like Jaden. He doesn't. I'm telling y'all right now, he don't like that girl. You can see it all over his face, especially when Jaden gets drunk and she starts doing all that extra shit and all that extra talking and talking about Blueface and Avea and blah blah blah. You can see it all in Kai's face like, damn, when are we gonna be done with this? I'm tired of this. And I really think I'm never nobody is ever going to be able to take me off the hill that Bino, not Bino, Kai was sent to Jaden just like Bino was sent to Chrisean. Because to have her driving back and forth to Vegas, that's embarrassing. And when it comes out, when the truth finally comes out the same way it came out with Bino that he was sent to Chrisean, and people got to look back and see how Kai had Blueface's baby mama driving back and forth to Vegas because she was too broke to get a flight. I don't want anybody to be surprised by that at all because I've been saying it for a minute. Like this is not real. It's not real, but Jaden is so, and it's like the ultimate exposure too, because Jaden is so pressed to get back at Blueface any way she can, make it seem like she's stunting on him, whatever the case may be, that she can't see like when somebody is literally playing with her and using her as a pawn. Driving back and forth to Vegas 2 weekends in a row over a man that clearly don't even fuck with you like that. Because Kai has still yet to take Jaden on a date. And here they come talking about, and I talked about it in the video. I think it was the video from yesterday, I think. Or it was Friday when we were on live. I know I talked about it recently. How Jaden, earlier on in the month, she was talking about how somebody had paid her rent. And she didn't say if it was a man or not, but it's like she didn't say whether it was Kai or not. But she tried to allude to the fact that it was Kai that paid her rent. And then she doubles back and she's like, oh, no man has paid this rent, blah, blah, blah. And then she's saying that Kai paid for Journey's daycare for a year. I don't think that happened. I do not think that happened at all. If a man hasn't even taken you on a date yet, he's not paying for your kid's daycare for a whole year. Y'all know how expensive daycare is? I know a lot of y'all in here know how expensive daycare is. In a whole year, and he hasn't even taken you on a date yet. And let's say this too, right? Because we're talking about how Jaden is going back and forth to Vegas. She's driving back and forth to Vegas, right? Why can't Kai come to LA to see her? There's nothing that Kai can't do in Vegas that he can't do that he can do in LA. Why can't Kai come to LA to see her? Most men, if they actually like you and you say, oh, I got to get a babysitter, I got to do all this, that, and the third to be able to come see you this weekend, they're going to be like, no, I'm going to come to you instead. Because Kai as far as I know, Kai don't have no kids or nothing. He don't have a reason why he can't come to LA on the weekends. But for Jaden to have to, what we now know, out of Jaden's own mouth, she has to drive, like an hour and a half, 2 hours just to drop the kids off of Claressa. And then from there, you have to drive another 5-6 hours to Vegas. And then all you're doing while you're there is staying at an Airbnb and cooking some steaks. And then you got to drive another 5-6 hours back home again. For what? They are playing in Jaden's face and she just going along with it, bro. That's the crazy part for real. There is no reason whatsoever why Jaden needs to keep going back and forth to Vegas. And then you're saying that this is your man, but he won't even come see you. But you got to do the most just to go see him. Read some of y'all comments. Kai don't like Miss Piggy. Fake relationship. Definitely a fake relationship. Yet she says that she rather eat a dick before she pays the bills. See, that's what I'm saying. Like in that video that I did yesterday, when I was talking about how Sadie posted that picture where she said, you bitches are literally the bitches that you talk about or something like that. That's Jaden. Jaden likes to act like she's living this like bossed up life or something like that. And she's not. If you have to do all that to go out of town and see a man and he's not paying for any of it, and then you're driving to Vegas because you can't afford a plane ticket. And I don't care what anybody says. I gave Jaden a little bit of grace on that the first week she went to Vegas because she did actually take her car down there and get the lights installed or whatever. But then at the same time, why couldn't you have done that in LA? And I get it. It was a promo thing or whatever, but you could have found somebody. If you wanted the stars in your ceilings, you could have found somebody in LA to work with you promo wise on that. You didn't have to drive all the way to Vegas to get it done. But the second weekend that you go to Vegas, you have no excuse whatsoever as to why you're not on a plane. Who is driving 5-6 hours out of town after driving almost 2 hours to take their kids to spend the time at their grandma's house while you're gone? And then you drive 5-6 hours away just to stay at an Airbnb and cook dinner and then turn around and drive home the next day. Who's doing that? Like, it's like Jaden is fighting so hard to try to prove like she has a man or something like that. And those of us, some of us, most of us with any type of sense are looking at her like, what are you doing? Like, this is not it at all. But her fans are hyping it up. They swear they know. They swear it's a real relationship. Kai really likes Jaden, and I seen somebody the other day say Kai and Jaden were a power couple. A power couple. I couldn't I couldn't believe it. Kai said last time he was in LA, her ex showed up. He didn't care for that. I mean, so but that's my thing. I get that though. I get that because nobody wants to deal with Blueface or anything like that, right? But how are they gonna carry out a real relationship if she has to go to Vegas all the time? She has 2 kids that she has to take care of. And I get it. Clearly she can just drop them off at Claressa house at any time, but you have to drive 2 hours to drop your kids off and then drive another 6 hours to go see this man. 'Cause you can't afford a plane ticket and he obviously doesn't wanna buy you one. This man still hasn't taken you on any dates or anything like that. It's not giving what Jaden thinks it gives. And unfortunately, her fans are so slow that they don't ask any of these questions or think about any of this stuff either because none of this makes sense. None of it makes sense at all. If they're supposed to be in a relationship and he's saying that he can't like he don't want to go to LA because last time Blueface showed up, what are they gonna do? Jaden is just gonna have to she's gonna have to be the one to drive to Vegas all the time. You know, if she has a little extra money, she might be able to put a little flight together. What? And then you know what I don't like about the whole driving to Vegas thing is that Jaden can't do nothing by herself, obviously. Jaden is just like Chrisean, where she can't do nothing by herself. She always has to have a caretaker, clearly, right? Sam is also driving to Vegas whenever Jaden drives to Vegas, right? And you know she probably wants to fly. And they're online. Sam will be online acting like she's so happy to be flying. Like she did like a gas comparison to a plane ticket one time. And I'm looking like you might as well just get on the damn flight. It's like I think it was like less than $100 difference or something. Y'all want to sit up and act like y'all have so much money, but y'all can't pay less than $100 difference for a flight versus spending 6 hours of your time driving to Vegas. They are broke around there. Broke, broke, broke. And nothing is wrong with like not having any money to travel or anything like that. But the fact that you try to force it is where my issue is at. Because you want to sit online and talk about how everybody else doesn't have motion and they're broke and they're this and they're that. But you choosing to drive to do all this extra shit just to go see a man in another state, but you can't even choose the convenience option when you're doing it. You can't even choose the convenience option when you're doing it. Nobody is choosing to drive 6 hours anywhere versus getting their ass on a flight if they could afford to do it. Nobody. I don't, like I said, Jaden be fooling her fans. She don't be fooling me though. And I can't wait till Mad Day between Sam and Jaden when Sam comes out and she talks about how the reason Jaden was driving back and forth to Vegas was because she couldn't afford no flight and Kai Bands wasn't paying for none for her. Blueface and getting paid is their priority. Nobody else matters to these females. And I agree. All they care about, and I don't even think getting paid is a part of it anymore. I think just being on the internet, having that clout and being mentioned and shit like that, and Blueface. I just think that's their whole thing. Cause it doesn't seem like any of them whatsoever. It doesn't seem like any of these girls have any bit of hustle in them for real. Well, Nevaeh has a little bit of hustle in her, but now that she's found a sponsor, now that Nevaeh has found a sponsor, she's calmed down a little bit. But if you know anything about like Nevaeh's story, before she was Blueface's alleged main thing, Nevaeh has some hustle in her. But the rest of them, no. It's especially not Jaden. Jaden is not a hustler at all. She's get on the internet flexing like she really doing it like that, and she's not. Um, what motion did supposedly she has some motion nature. I don't know if y'all ever go look at Jaden's story, but the shit that Jaden posts on her story, it's like, how did you get this delusional? Because she posted something the other day talking about how she had motion and other people don't. And I'm like, what motion? You don't do nothing. All Jaden does is post on TikTok maybe once or twice a week. Usually it's a cooking video or a day in the life video with the kids or something like that. Um, and that's it for real. And then her streams, and nobody cares about her streams except for her fans. Like Jaden, they act like Jaden is like some big, huge streamer. She got a deal or something like that. Jaden don't even do any collabs with other streamers besides Kai. That's it. That's all Jaden do is make TikToks, talk about Blueface and Nevaeh. Every once in a while she'll mention a little Chrisean or somebody else, one of Blueface's other hoes. Um, and then that's it. Besides that, Jaden don't have no motion. I just talked about, didn't we talk about on Friday how Jaden don't be around no celebrities at all? She don't be around no celebrities. She don't be outside for real. Nothing. Jaden has no motion. Nobody cares about Jaden outside of the circus. At all. The only people that be rooting for Jaden like that are her fans that she's collected over the years because they didn't like the way Blueface was treating her, basically. That's it. Besides that, she does not have any motion at all. Don't nobody care about no Jaden Alexis. And I don't know, maybe she's still, she's still living on the little high she had when Barbie came out. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. It's the people in the public keeping these weirdos famous. That's true. Slow motion for me, moving slow mo. When people get sent, who sends them? Like record companies? No, for Chrisean, the people that get sent to her are sent by the government and her enemies. And Chrisean, I'm not gonna even try to speak on her enemies for real because Chrisean has did a lot of shit. I'm gonna just say, to my understanding, Chrisean has done a lot of bullshit. And so people get sent to her. And it's a mix of people that is coming from. But it's never nothing good. These people aren't her friends for real, anything like that. For instance, right, like when Bino got sent to Chrisean, Bino got sent partly on behalf of Soulja Boy because Soulja Boy had beef with Blueface and basically he was trying to troll Blueface. And there are some other aspects that were going on too, to my knowledge, but for the most part, it was Soulja Boy that sent Bino in. Like that wasn't real love or anything like that, but and so that's kind of another reason why I say that Kai was sent to Jaden, because if y'all remember, it's already been revealed that Kai and Bino are friends. Like they're close. They be with each other's people. They both live in Vegas, all that. So I don't know why Jaden don't see this play, but hey, whatever. You never heard of Nevaeh before now? Nevaeh's been around for some years. I think I first got introduced to Nevaeh. It was, I want to say it was around the time, maybe like a couple weeks before Blueface went to jail. And then while Blueface was in jail, that's kind of when Nevaeh started making her presence more known. So you probably don't remember it if you're just now coming across Nevaeh, but while Blueface was locked up, Nevaeh came out and she basically essentially called Chrisean out. And she called Chrisean out about like some of the different dudes she was sleeping with while she was pregnant. And how Junior wasn't Blueface's and blah blah blah. And here's my thing too, like with the whole Jaden and Nevaeh thing, is that when Nevaeh came out and she did this thing with Chrisean and she was calling Chrisean out, Jaden mentioned, or not Jaden, Nevaeh mentioned Jaden too. And Nevaeh was like, I don't have no problem with Jaden, his first baby mama. She cool people, whatever. Jaden never said anything about that. Like she never, that would have been Jaden's time to shine. She could have came out and been like, I don't know why you're saying you're cool with me when you fucked on my baby daddy, blah, blah, blah. But Jaden didn't say nothing. She didn't say anything at all. And I don't know if it's because Nevaeh was actively going up against Chrisean or what the case may be, but she didn't say any, Jaden didn't say nothing when Nevaeh mentioned her back then. So Jaden break up with Blue, her next man go be working at Safeway. Oh, I can't with y'all. I wouldn't be surprised though, because it seems like all Jaden wants is the help for real. She went from she had some Bravo. No matter how much Jaden wants to deny it, I'm pretty sure that Jaden has been with Bodine at this point. To me, there's nothing that would stop her from doing it. Like if you sleep with one of that man's homies, you'll sleep with all of them. You know, it's in you at this point. If you'll do it once, you'll do it multiple times. I'm pretty sure she didn't sleep with Bodine. We already know she slept with Bravo, and then we know she slept with the security guard now. So it just seems like she just wants to fuck on the help all the time. Jaden, and once again, Jaden likes to act like she's so pretty. She's getting all these, she has all this male attention, blah, blah, blah. Then why haven't you gotten you like a pop and rapper or, a ball player, anything like that? How is it that you're only fucking on the help? I don't get that. Blueface's employees and security guards, basically. That don't make no sense to me. Like you just do anything. And when you decide to cheat on a man and for whatever reason you think you need to use your body as get back, I don't know who taught Jaden that, or she just taught herself that. I don't know. But if you absolutely feel like you're going to use your body for get back, you're supposed to fuck up, not fuck down. That means you go get somebody that's better than Blueface. They got more money than Blueface, whatever the case may be. You don't cheat on him or use your body to get back at him with somebody that's doing worse than him in life. Especially when you're not getting no relationship out the deal or nothing. All they're doing is giving you some dick and that's it. I don't know who taught Jaden that. Hopefully it wasn't Claressa. As much as Claressa likes to act like she has all the answers. Sam is way more entertaining than Jaden. If I'm being honest, I know I give Sam a lot of shit, but it does seem like Sam has more of a personality than Jaden does. I'm not gonna lie, it does. It absolutely does. Because Jaden it's like all she can talk about is drama. All she wants to talk about is people's looks and possessions, but she can't ever talk about anything real. She can't ever talk about anything real. Jaden is really not funny. She's not entertaining. She's very boring. So I'll be honest about that. I feel like Sam has a better personality than Jaden. I only knew about Blueface because I dabbled in music and I would DJ at a few parties and everybody just wanted to hear Tatiana and then him going viral for putting his sister and his mom out. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that because that's honestly the only reason I know about Blueface was because of the whole Tatiana thing. Where I was living at the time, it was a huge song. But yeah, I can see that. Chrisean's situation is about to come crashing down. It is. I don't think it's gonna happen. I feel like it's gonna happen a little bit later though. I feel like more people are gonna expire before Chrisean just gets taken completely down. That's just me thinking though. She thinks she's Regina George and she's not. She's just a mean girl without Regina's wealth and style. And that's true. And even back when like Callie came out and she was talking about how she doesn't really like Jaden like that because Jaden is a mean girl. It's like we're starting to see it more and more now. that she really is just mean, like, just a grown ass goofy. For somebody to be Jaden is 28, I think she is. For or she's about to be 28. She's either already 28 or she's about to be 28. But for somebody to be as old as she is and still just all that's on her mind is drama and being mean to people, like I don't get it. Especially not when it's to the point where now your daughter is also basically just doing to you what you do to other people. Because there's no way Journey should know how to call somebody ugly. That word shouldn't even be in her vocab yet, but it is because Jaden be around there calling people ugly, or somebody be around there calling Jaden ugly, whatever the case may be. Um, Nevaeh has been messing with Blueface for 5 years. Yeah, they've been messing around for a long time. Not Jaden, Nevaeh and Blueface have been a thing for a while, but for the most part, Nevaeh has been on the background of things. So if you don't really pay attention to like behind the scenes or anything like that, most people and maybe that too is why most people don't like Nevaeh because they think that she just spawned out of nowhere. Like just like she just came up out of nowhere as like a gold digger or something like that. And that's not true. Nevaeh has been around for years now. But like I said, for the most part, if you weren't really paying attention to what goes on behind the scenes, you weren't really gonna notice Nevaeh. Um Carlissa. They might be. I Jaden and Carlissa's relationship, whatever they got going on, it kind of baffles me sometimes because it seems like neither one of them really like each other. Like I know I always talk about how Carlissa don't like Jaden, but I don't think Jaden really likes Carlissa for real. So it just seems like she's that desperate for a babysitter. And you might be right. They might actually be doing something on the side. Cause she probably, as much as Carlissa likes to act like she loves being around her grandkids, Jaden might not have she might what's her face? Carlissa, she might want a little payment or something for watching the grandkids. And Carlissa might not Jaden might not be able to give her nothing. So every once in a while she might give her a little cooch or something. Who knows? We I At this point in the circus, nothing would surprise me at all. Literally nothing would surprise me. Carlissa be acting like she wants to have relations with her own son. I wouldn't be surprised at all if her and Jaden got down like that too. Cuz didn't Carlissa already tell us that she used to be a part of the lesbian activities before? So it's not like she's a stranger to it, and we know Jaden ain't a stranger to it. It wouldn't be surprising to me at all. There's always some twist and turn about who had sex with who. It would not be surprising at all. Um, Jaden and Chrisean always talk in circles and half-ass riddles. Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. And Chrisean, I think it's more so attributed to the fact that she has she has so much going on in her head, like her mental illness and shit, and she has all these different personalities battling for the limelight and whatnot. So that might be part of her shit too. But Jaden is and part of it too for Krishan is that she's also a liar. But Jaden is a liar too. That's why she be talking in riddles all the time, talking in circles and riddles. Because Jaden, it's like sometimes Jaden be talking, and she listens to what she says, and it's like, nah, that sounds crazy coming out of my mouth like that. So let me try to clean it up really quick, and it never hits right. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Like like we said earlier, Jaden is the bitches that she likes to talk about. She is. So sometimes she'll get to talking and she'll realize that she's exposing herself and she'll try to clean it up, and then it just sounds crazy from there. She'll just keep going with it, keep going with it, keep going with it. Uh, Letting him film was her thinking she got one up. Looking crazy as fuck. Oh Not Drewski sucking on Bravo. Yeah, she did. I truly believe that Jaden thought that if she number one, she knew that the tape was gonna get back to Blueface. Nobody could convince me of otherwise. She knew it was gonna get back to Blueface. But I think what Jaden thought was gonna happen was that Sadie was gonna see it, and Sadie was just gonna be distraught, and she was gonna leave Bravo and blah blah blah, and she was gonna break them up, right? I don't think I don't think she counted on, like, Sadie really not caring and just staying with Bravo regardless, because when that happened, Jaden wanted to be done with Blueface even though she really wasn't, right? She wanted to be done with him, and then she was hoping that it would cause some type of strife for Sadie or something like that, and it seems like Jaden is the only one that truly got hurt by Blueface having sex with Sadie, because it doesn't even seem like Bravo cared, because Bravo was still his road manager after that. So I don't think anybody was affected by it besides Jaden, and I think that that's why Jaden is still mad about it too, is because she sees that nobody else really suffered any consequences out of this whole situation except her. And I think that that's why she's so bothered by it. Because if you think about it, nobody else did. Bravo and Sadie are still together. Uh, Blueface, he was still with Jaden for the longest after that until he just decided he wanted to expose the sex tape. But besides that, nobody else is, nothing's going on with anybody else. Um, yep, Eden D-Loc mom, Eden D-Loc mom back in the day. I remember her talking about that. I would not be surprised at all if Carlissa and Jaden have done a little something before. I can believe it because she's forever talking about Jaden's body. Yeah, the whole family is weird. Nothing, absolutely nothing would surprise me at this point. Because once again, wasn't didn't Dre say that Carlissa was the one that taught him and Blue how to eat coochie or whatever? That's weird. That is so weird. I would not Nothing would surprise me in that family at all. Um Jaden said Kai paid for daycare for the whole month, not year, and last time she went to Vegas was for work, stream her cooking and for a music video they gonna drop soon. Jaden said Kai paid. Oh, I was just going off of what her fans said. Her fans were saying Kai paid for daycare for the whole year. Um, and I still don't think he paid for a month either. Like I said, he hasn't even taken her on a date yet. What man is paying for your child's daycare for a month and he doesn't even think highly enough of you to take you on a date? Um, Last time she went to Vegas was for work. Once again, everything Jaden could have done in Vegas, she could have done in LA. Like they stayed at an Airbnb and they shot a music video at the Airbnb. She could have did that in LA. There was no reason for her to go to Vegas for that, especially not drive 6 hours for it. Um, eh, Streaming her cooking, she could have did that in her kitchen. She could have did that in LA. The music video, all that could have been done in Los Angeles. She didn't have to do all the extras and go to Vegas for it. Blue seems like what he is doing is superior, and probably Javon too was done to him. Carl's youngest by her sugar daddies and randoms who like kiddos too. You know, and I I thought about that before, and it's never been like we heard about the story about somebody coming out and or one of Carlissa's friends doing something to Blueface before. She said something about one of her friends I guess brushed up against Blueface in a sexual manner before, and then she said something about his Papa Blue's ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, something pinching Blueface's thing to keep him from peeing all over the toilet. We've heard like little bits and pieces of stuff that's happened to Blue, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if like way more has happened to Blue. Carlissa knew about it and Carlissa protected the man instead of protecting Blue. I wouldn't be surprised about that at all. Um And he might just be acting out what happened to him when he was a kid. We don't know for real, but I just know it's getting real weird between him and Superior. And Javon too, cuz the stuff that he says about Javon is crazy. Like how he said that he was going to wait for him to turn 18 and fuck a prostitute with him or whatever, it just gets to be too much for real. Um Sam Sam looks like Mikey from Recess. It didn't give what she thought it was gonna give. Um, who was listening to Jaden Alexis? Blueface got more Twitch followers than she got monthly listen. Ain't nobody listening to Jaden. Nobody's listening to Jaden except for her fans. That's it. Like I said, Jaden is irrelevant outside of the circus. Jaden's whole internet persona and the music and all of that is kept rolling by nobody but Jaden's fans. And all of Jaden's fans, nobody just magically rolled across Jaden and became a fan of her. Blueface gave Jaden that fan base. All of Jaden's fans stem from the circus, directly from the circus. It's not like somebody played Jaden's music in a club and now people are fans of her. That's not what happened. All Jaden's fans have been bought to her by the circus, and that's it. Nobody's listening to her music for real. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm a mom that be outside for real. I do. I've been inside a little bit because my kids are with their grandma right now. They've been down there for a few weeks, so it's just me and my husband. So I've been enjoying this time at home and whatnot. But I still go outside every once in a while, right? And when I be at the club or outside, anything like that, never once have I ever heard anybody say anything about, hey, turn on that new Jaden Alexis. Never once have I heard Jaden's music playing in the club. Like even when I go out to the West Coast, I've never heard anybody just Jaden Alexis this, Jaden Alexis that. Never, ever. Never, not once. Like I don't know who, like I said, Jaden's internet persona is all made up. It's all made up. It's not real at all. And I know her fans like to try to boost it up and make her think she's more important than what she is. But this life that Jaden portrays herself to have on the internet, it's not like that for real. You don't hear nobody talking about Jaden Alexis. And like I told y'all the other day, Jaden is literally the lowest viewed content. Anybody that does content on the circus, they will let you know. Anybody can tell you nobody's checking for Jaden like that. Literally nobody's checking for Jaden like that. Um, but her fans will tell you otherwise, so they swear. Um, I'm old, don't know any of her songs. Most people don't know any of her songs. Even her fans. Did I ever tell you that story about how one of Chrisean's fans, they eventually converted to like not being her fan anymore, but they were in a comment section one day and they were talking about how they would like listen to Chrisean's music. Well, they would stream Chrisean's music, but they would turn the volume on it down because they didn't actually want to listen to it. It's giving that's what Jaden's fans be doing too. Cause it's not music that you just want to play over and over and over again. Like it's all the same type of beats. It's her saying the same things over and over again. There's no real lyrics. She's not talking about nothing for real. Like all she does is talk about um basically being snipped like a Barbie and cooking and cleaning and fucking and blah blah. That's all she talks about. And it's not getting her nowhere. Like, okay, you're on the song rapping about this, but we see that you do this for Blueface, and all that nigga do is dog you out. So what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about her music like that. Um, I'm young and don't know about these people. I knew about the Barbie song and it became my workout song, and just that's all it was for me. Yeah, when Barbie came out, and I'll give Jaden her a little bit of credit, right? When Barbie came out, it was a little bop. It was a little bop. It was high energy, blah blah blah, but it got old fast. And I don't really know if people were looking for Jaden to put more music out for real, but it's like that's the only song that's ever really clicked for real. And I don't know if it's because it was supposed to be a Chrisean diss or what, but that's the only song that's ever really hit like that for real. Anything after that that Jaden has put out, nobody cares about it. They literally all have fans because of them picking sides. It's not authentic. And that's true. And you know what lets me know that the only reason these people have fans is because they pick sides is because anytime like you're a fair person, like anytime I see someone in the comments, like one of you guys over here that y'all don't really have a side or anything. Y'all just like me, y'all look at shit for what it is, right? Anytime I see anybody like that in the comments, it's Jaden's fans calling them a rocktard. Like anybody that's being just completely honest about Jaden and not just dick eating, right? They get called a rocktard or something like that. Or if you're talking against Chrisean, somebody automatically assumes that you're a Jaden fan. And that lets me know right there that the only reason these people have fans, like if you're a Jaden fan and you look at someone being honest about Jaden's behavior, and your first thought in your mind is, oh, you're a Chrisean fan or you're a rocktard, that lets me know right there that the only reason you're a fan of Jaden is because you want to go against Rock. And that's it. It's not because you really like Jaden or anything like that. It's because you don't like Chrisean. So you want to go against Chrisean by being a fan of Jaden, like this is high school or something. That's why I don't like I really can't with a lot of these people at all. I don't know what planet we're living in where we can't just be honest about people's behavior without being a fan of somebody else. Even like when around the time when I first really got started on YouTube, I think I told y'all about that girl that was in my comments, and she told me that I sounded like a rocktard because I said that Junior is Blueface's son and he's not Ronnie's son. I don't know what Junior's paternity has to do with me being a fan of anybody, or how you even come to the conclusion that I'm a rocktard because I say that Blueface is Junior's dad. This is a child's paternity. It has nothing to do with who you like more or anything like that. I'm being honest about things. So if it's come from the back end or like a confirmed source or something like that, that Blueface is actually Junior's dad, and I say that on my channel, that's what I mean. It has nothing to do with being a fan of Chrisean or not being a fan of Chrisean. It's a child's paternity. It has nothing to do with who you're a fan of, you know? But that's how a lot of people think. Um and me saying that, please nobody in the back be like, "Oh, well, Ronnie is the father, blah blah blah." This isn't that type of party. Save it for later. It's okay. I'm not trying to get into it right now. I'm just giving y'all an example. That's it. Um I just said this in the comments too, not genuine fans. They just like drama, or they just don't like rock. Are they obsessed with Blue? Yeah, that's true. They don't none of these people are genuine in anything. Most people don't care about the truth of anything. For instance, like I have there's somebody on Twitter. I've told them like 3 or 4 different times now that Sean Malone is not Chrisean's father. I've said that. I've also told them multiple times that Sean Malone does not help Chrisean anymore. That's ended so long ago. Anything that Chrisean gets away with now is literally just because she's a federal informant. It's not because Sean Malone is still helping her. But I've told this person this. I've jumped in their comments so many times and told them this, but they're still online pushing the narrative, pushing the narrative, pushing the narrative. Then there's people in those comments talking about how Tareen is Chrisean's mom. You know, people don't care about the truth of anything. They don't. It's just whatever makes Chrisean looks worse than what she is, which if you actually just paid attention to the truth and you really settled in with the truth is way more egregious than these little made up narratives that they put on Chrisean. Like, the truth of Eugene Malone being Krishan's dad and everything that Eugene Malone has done for Chrisean as being her father, that is way more egregious than this storyline or this narrative about Sean Malone being her dad, because that's not her dad. The truth of who Sean Malone is to Chrisean is way more egregious than this story about how Sean Malone is her father. That's not. If y'all would actually listen and like just take it in who Sean Malone is to Chrisean, the story is way crazier. Just that shit alone, it is crazy. But nobody wants to believe that that's not her father for some reason. And then people are making whole posts tagging Sean Malone, which it's not like he hasn't ever helped her be it before. He absolutely has. However, he's not anymore. And y'all are still stuck on it and wondering why you can't get you don't have any answers or anything like that. You don't want any answers because you keep on pushing false information. Most of these people do not care about the truth. It's just about how bad they can make Chrisean look and blah blah blah. All you got to do is pay attention to what's going on with you. Um we'll get more into it one day. We're not going to get too deep into it today cuz I don't want this to be too long of a live, but one day we'll talk a little bit more about it. But there's some videos that I have up on my channel though, like the earlier videos, where I go into a little bit more about like who these people actually are to Chrisean. Because really Chrisean, if I'm going to be real about it, Chrisean doesn't do too much lying about who people are to her. What she said that Sean Malone is her stepfather, but or not her stepfather, her godfather, but he's not her godfather. That's her, basically Sean Malone is her sugar daddy. But it's the internet and the people of the internet who have decided that Sean Malone is actually her dad when he's not. And it's the people of the internet that have decided that Tareen is her mom when that's literally just her sister. Like there's no conspiracy theory behind who Tareen is. Tareen is actually Krishan's sister, but they want to come up with these new narratives so bad that they keep saying that Tareen is her mom, and it's not. It's just not. Charla is her mom. There's no conspiracy theories behind who Krishan's parents are. Eugene and Charla are her parents. Is Sean Malone her godfather? Absolutely not. That's her sugar daddy. It is the most broken down, simplified way we can put it. But they have been involved in a lot of shit together. But it has nothing to do with him being her dad. That's not her dad, you know? But like I said, a lot of people, they would just rather come up with these narratives to push and make Chrisean seem some type of way, but literally all you got to do is just pay attention to like what goes on behind the scenes when people come out and tell y'all certain stuff. Sometimes it actually is true. Like that's not her dad, you know? But hey, whatever. Um yes, that's her sugar daddy. That's not her godfather. Um they've been linked up since Chrisean was a teenager in high school. Like it's, you know, Ronnie got up here and lied and said that that was her dad. I've already debunked it on my channel with y'all that that is not her father. I debunked Ronnie's whole story on my channel and showed y'all that Ronnie was straight up lying about who Sean Malone is. Because Sean Malone and got him out of trouble before too, so he knows exactly he knew exactly who that man was. He was just playing with people on the internet. But anyway, stories for different days. Eugene is her hit. Absolutely. That's her daddy though too. He gonna do whatever for his little girl. Yeah. I don't know why people think it's Sean Malone, but it's most definitely Eugene. I don't give a fuck who the father is. Get him away from the so-called mother. That's it. That's all. Right. I've been called a rock tard and a Jaden hater, and I talk about all they asses. And I do too. People come in here and they'll call me a rock tard. People call me a Jaden hater. Last week somebody wrote me a whole essay about hating Jaden, all that, like, but then somebody will come right in behind them and, oh, you spend all day talking about Chrisean. Your whole channel is about this girl. And I'm like, is it? I talk about everybody on my channel, not just Chrisean at all. Everybody gets talked about. I don't, but that's the story that people like to paint, is that you're just hating on these people when all you're doing is just calling it like you see it. Because none of them, like we said before, none of them is better than the other one. They all do the same shit. Jaden running around calling Chrisean a crackhead. She absolutely is, but Jaden, you are too. You on pills just like Chrisean is on pills. You gotta drink, and I don't even think Krishan's drinking problem is as bad as it used to be. But at one point, Chrisean used to be an alcoholic too. Jaden is an alcoholic now. Like, it's not. But for some reason, right, when Jaden's fans see Jaden doing the exact same shit that Nevaeh does, or they see her doing the exact same shit that Chrisean does, they hype it up. They act like it's not the same shit that they were condemning Chrisean for doing a few weeks ago or something. But it's okay when Jaden does it. No, it's all the same. I don't know why people think Jaden is just this princess, basically. I really don't at all. Is it true the detective is back asking questions about Ronnie passing? According to Quell, like I said, I haven't gotten to watch Quell's full live yet. But I haven't heard anybody else talking about it except for Quell. So, and it might be true since Chrisean is talking about how she plans on leaving the country. To me, it seems like that was also kind of low key to troll Quell. Because he's coming out and he's talking about how basically Chrisean ain't shit, and how she had some involvement with Ronnie's unaliving or whatever. And then Chrisean comes out talking about she's about to leave the country. She might have been trolling Quell with that too. I don't care who the dad is. That's our cat. Yeah, at this point, it to me it doesn't matter who Junior's dad is for real. It doesn't matter at all. Because even if, which he's not, but even if Ronnie was the father, right? What is he gonna do? And I'm not trying to say that in like a disrespectful manner or anything like that. God rest Ronnie's soul. But he's passed away now. He's transitioned. So say Ronnie's parents or something like, or Ronnie's mom or his sister, whoever else, say they do a DNA test for Junior, right? Even though a DNA test has already been done that clearly most people don't know about. Say they were to do a DNA test and Ronnie was to come back the father, right? What is Ronnie's not going to raise Junior. Blueface is the father of Junior, right? But he's not raising Junior. Chrisean is the mother. She doesn't care about raising Junior. Nobody cares about raising Junior. So at this point, why does it matter who the dad is? But for some reason, and I know, right? I'm on live with y'all and y'all aren't doing this in the comments right now, right? But the replay of this video, there's going to be so many people in the comments out of everything that was said in this video. There's going to be just comment after comment talking about how Ronnie is the father, because that's all people care about. People have convinced themselves that Ronnie is the father because they say that's who Junior looks like. And so that's all they care about. There is one video I did like a month ago, and there was so much different shit that could have been talked about in that video. And the comments were nothing but Ronnie is the dad, Ronnie is the dad, Ronnie is the dad. Blue said he's not the father. The video itself had nothing to do. It's kind of like this, right? Where we just wandered off to the topic of Junior. But the video had absolutely nothing to do with Junior or his paternity. We just wandered off to that topic. And all the comments from the people on the replay were nothing but, oh, Ronnie is the father. Ronnie is the father. People, that is a way to trigger people, is to say that Ronnie is not the father. And it has nothing to do with anything at this point. Like there's no, it just doesn't matter at this point. Y'all could talk about so much other shit with Junior. Like Junior is clearly being neglected and abused. Chrisean don't care about raising him, nothing like that. But for some reason, Ronnie being the father is like the trigger for a lot of people. People care more about proving or saying that Ronnie is Junior's dad than they actually care about like whether Junior survives or not. Like it's just it's pathetic at this point. It's not it just is what it is at this point. That's why I kind of stopped talking about it for real because it it just doesn't matter anymore. So you know more than Ronnie? Do you know more than Ronnie? Cuz I've put it up here on my channel before, lives where Ronnie was saying that he straight up wasn't the father of Junior. Do you know more than Ronnie? Do you know more than Ronnie's family? Because I've also put screenshots from his family up here straight up saying that Ronnie was not the father. Like that's what I'm saying. Y'all think y'all know more than anybody else and you don't. Um and like I said before, it doesn't even matter who like Ronnie's not coming back to get Junior. I don't know if y'all think he is or not, or how you think this story is going to end and Ronnie is going to be vindicated or something like that. Absolutely. Ronnie took, not Ronnie, Chrisean played a part in getting Ronnie up out of here, but it had nothing to do with Junior because Junior was not Ronnie's child. I want y'all to just sit back and listen from now on for real, because now that Quell is coming out and he's running his mouth and he's talking about how the detectives are asking questions and stuff like that, and as things start to get a little bit hotter, and more truth starts to get revealed, I hope y'all accept it when when it's revealed why Ronnie was actually killed. I hope y'all actually accept it and not just, oh well, he was killed over a DNA test, because he wasn't. It Junior has nothing to do with nobody. Nothing to do with nobody. All I'm gonna say is Blue said he used Junior as a storyline. It's not far-fetched that he deny him for a storyline. Exactly. Exactly. It keeps people talking about it keeps people talking, but like I said, I don't give a fuck who the dad is. Yeah, that's all it is at this point. June Blueface still continuing to deny Junior. All it is to keep people talking at this point. Because at this point, we know that he's really not, he doesn't care about being a father to Junior at this point. It's why he's down in Miami with Chrisean, and Junior is nowhere to be found. He doesn't care. But it really is, nobody cares at this point for real. If you really care that much about the paternity of Junior, I don't know what to tell you. Because Chrisean could round everybody up right now that she had sex with while she was pregnant or around the time she conceived, right? She could line everybody up and put it on her stream, her doing different DNA tests. And then she could stream when she gets all the results back. And it would not change anything about Junior's situation. It wouldn't change anything about her situation. It wouldn't change anything at all. It would not change anything at all, even if it were to come back, like I said, that Ronnie is actually the father, right? It wouldn't change anything. It wouldn't change the fact that Ronnie didn't die over a DNA test. It wouldn't change the fact that Ronnie is gone. It wouldn't change the fact that nobody cares about Junior and nobody's trying to get him any help. Nobody's stepping in for him. It wouldn't change anything at all. At this point, it's just entertainment purposes. Like, I really don't know why, like, people are so hung up on, like, the whole Ronnie thing and, um okay, Miss Seta, that's nice. Um, that's nice. Once again, Ronnie was not claiming Junior before, same thing with Blue. Both of them flipped back and forth with claiming Junior. Ronnie flipped back and forth with claiming Junior, whether y'all realized it or not, he did. I've already proved it up here on my channel. I still have videos up on my channel going through it. Ronnie flipped back and forth with claiming Junior, and so did Blueface. It doesn't change anything. Like, that's not y'all act like Ronnie's saying that he's Junior's father. Like, y'all act like that proves that he's actually Junior's father. But this is exactly what I was talking about when I said, when I'm talking about this, y'all don't have to get in the chat and start talking about it, because I'm not interested in talking about it. I'm really not. Like, it's okay. If you think that's Junior's father, fine, it's Junior's father, but I'm just not interested in going back and forth about it. I'm not, I swear. Um, Blueface likes them drugged and dumb, absolutely, because everybody's running around. Everybody's running around drugged out and everything else. The detective is back questioning Quail. I might do a video on it tomorrow. Like I said, I gotta go watch the whole live. I've only seen bits and pieces of it so far. Um they just good ratchet TV entertainment at this point, a true crime in 4K. Basically, that's all it is. That's all we're watching right now. Because they, like we said before, we all know at this point they manufacture a little bit of drama, to distract from what's going on. But a lot is going on behind the scenes that doesn't get put on the internet, and that's all it is true crime. And some people are on the side of, they think everything that happens with the circus is straight up entertainment. I don't know why, seeing as how people are actually dying, real diseases are being caught. There's a child that is barely hanging on by a thread. Um Houses are being foreclosed on, all types of legal drama and lawsuits and everything else. I don't know why people think all of this stuff is for entertainment, but it's not. A good amount of it is for entertainment, but not all of it is just entertainment. Some of it is actually real. We all have different opinions, agree to disagree, I guess. Ronnie said 3 men can be Junior father, including him. I know he doesn't look like Blue. That's what I do think. Yeah, honestly, I don't think Junior looks like anybody except for Chrisean in his diagnosis. That's it. I don't think Junior looks like Blueface. I don't think Junior looks like Ronnie. I don't think he looks like nobody except for his mother. That's it. But for some reason, people love to say that, he looks like Ronnie. Some people I have seen say he looks like Blueface. I don't really think he looks like Blueface. Um, I've made a few. I think it was Journey that I said that Blueface looked like one time from a certain angle. Um, but if I'm being completely honest, I don't think Junior looks like anybody except for Chrisean. None of those ninjas will step up for Junior anyway. Junior is as good of not being here. Nobody really cares. And that's true. Nobody at all is about to step up and be a father to Junior. Even if, say, like, the father was nobody that's in the circus, like it was a completely unknown individual turned out to be, right? They still wouldn't step up for Junior, because if they had any plans on doing it, they would have been got a DNA test done from Chrisean. And they would have proved whether that was their son or not. If that was their son, they would have stepped up to the plate already and been like, "No, I can't sit back and watch Chrisean neglect and abuse my child like this." But nobody's doing that with Junior. When I say Junior's story is already written, his story is already written. Nobody's coming to save him. He's not going to have a father step in and try to be good to him or anything like that. He's just stuck with Chrisean for the rest of his days, and that's it. Unfortunately, that's it. Um, it's really sad to watch all these people's lives go to hell in a handbasket. It is, but that's what they chose. Because Blue, especially, I feel like if Blueface had left Chrisean alone a long time ago, his whole situation and his family's whole situations would have been completely different. But instead, he chose to stay linked in with Chrisean. And everybody else chose to stay there too, because Claressa chose to stay there linked in with him. And Chrisean, and Claressa loves flipping back and forth between going against Chrisean and being in alignment with her. So once again, it's just a situation where all their burdens are theirs to bear. But it is sad to watch all of them just basically think so little of their lives clearly, that this is how it's going down for them. Yep, his diagnosis his diagnosis looks like Rashawn. Yeah, I don't see nobody else though. I really don't. during Blueface and Nevaeh. I could have sworn I heard the nurse said bacteria or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't watch the whole her whole doctor's appointment segment or whatever. I think I stopped watching at the point where she started talking about doing her swab test or whatever. So I didn't hear anything after that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Um Quayle did a live saying the detective came questioning him about Ronnie. Is that was she trying to flee the country? I think that that's what she was referring to, but I'm pretty sure she was just trolling him cuz like I said she can't leave the country at all. So, I'm pretty sure that she was just doing that to troll him cuz she can't go nowhere and she knows she can't. Sometimes he looks like Journey. And see, that's what I said I think it was a couple weeks ago. I did a live and there was a certain angle that Journey was in and I said that she looked like Junior in that angle. And other people were saying that they couldn't see it, but I seen it. But I don't necessarily think that Junior like just straight up looked like Journey. I don't think Junior straight up looks like Blueface. I think in certain moments, certain angles, stuff like that, you can kind of see it with Journey sometimes. But if we're seeing Journey, the only connection there would be Blueface. It wouldn't be anybody else besides that. He lo- I don't think he looks like Ronnie, Blueface or Ronnie. Yeah, I don't think he looks like Blueface or Ronnie either. Um I don't see it. Some people say that he straight up looks like Blueface. I don't see it at all. Some people say that he straight up looks like Ronnie. I don't see it. And my thing with Ronnie too is the pictures that y'all use to compare Ronnie to Blueface, not Blueface to compare Junior to Ronnie. It really perplexes me sometimes cuz I think I put one up here before. I don't know if it was on Twitter or it was on YouTube, but that picture of um Junior when he was on the little bike thing or whatever. Y'all remember that? And that picture was so photoshopped and edited, it's not even funny. And y'all were taking that picture and putting it up next to Ronnie and saying, "Oh, tell me they're not twins. They look just alike." That picture didn't even look like Junior. Junior didn't even look like Junior in that picture, and y'all were putting it up next to Ronnie and saying that they look like twins. That's why I have such a hard time taking y'all seriously when y'all be like, "Oh, Junior looks like Ronnie." Because y'all are not even using just straight up unedited pictures of Junior. Y'all are using photoshopped edited pictures of Junior where Junior don't even have his real face and y'all are comparing it to Ronnie. Like at some point we got to stop. Junior looks like his disabilities to me. I wouldn't want Junior in foster care in Baltimore. I wouldn't either. I don't that's why I said I don't really see it at this point it just is what it is. Because if Junior was to get taken away from Chrisean, I don't necessarily think that foster care is a better option for him for real because I think Junior has a lot going on and I think most people are not equipped to handle it for real. So it's like we got to be honest. Like even though he's away from Chrisean, is he really better off in foster care for real? Um, Junior looks like Rock and disabilities. Even if Junior was Ronnie's family don't want no parts of Chrisean or what she has going on. So it's not going to do anything. It's not going to make no impact who the dad is. Right. Because at this point, Ronnie's family is straight up saying, like, literally begging people to stop with the narratives that Ronnie is the father. They want y'all to let Ronnie rest. And y'all are still out here, just like whoever that was. I forgot what her name was in the comments a few minutes ago saying, "Oh, you think you know more than Ronnie? Do you think you know more than Ronnie and his family?" Because if we're pulling up videos from Ronnie saying that he wasn't the father, and then we're pulling up screenshots from comment sections, current comment sections, recent comment sections, where his family is straight up saying, "Hey, please stop spreading this narrative. Junior is not Ronnie's child, blah, blah, blah." And then y'all are still pushing the narrative. I don't know if I told y'all about this, but I had someone tell me in a comment section one day, I'm pretty sure it was on Twitter, they were like, fuck what Ronnie's auntie said. I know that Junior is his son. You don't know them people. You literally do not know them people. How are you gonna say fuck what his auntie said? Like she wasn't the one that's related to him. She's not the one that's had to talk to homicide detective. She's not the one that's living in Baltimore with the people that murdered Ronnie and are telling exactly why they murdered him, and they know the truth of why he was unalived. And but you're saying fuck her because you know more. You've never met these people a day in your life, but because y'all get on the internet and y'all put Junior's AI pictures up next to Ronnie, that convinces y'all that that's his child. But y'all know more than his aunt, his mom, his sister, all that. Right. Okay. I sometimes I just can't. That's why for the most part I try not to even really start talking too much about Junior's paternity anymore cuz people just cannot take it at all. Um I need a Grammy for the shit I say. I'm just being honest, y'all. I'm just sharing my thoughts on the situation here. Has anyone seen Junior lately? We've seen Junior, but we haven't seen his face. It's almost like a no face, no case situation with Chrisean right now. So we've seen him. We've seen. I think they. I don't know where they went the other day, but Junior had like an all green outfit on. He was folded up like a pretzel in the stroller. Somebody was saying that it seems like he has an ear infection or something like that because he kept on holding his ear, but we haven't seen his face. It seems like every time she puts him on the camera, well, the past 2 times that she's put him on the camera, she just had his face covered up. So foster care would be tough because disabled children are not what people want to adopt. That is why DCFS checks that she does bare minimum and doesn't take him. And that's true. Most people will not at all be willing to adopt Junior. I've told y'all before, just me being completely honest, I wouldn't want to adopt Junior. It would take like all the stuff that Junior needs cuz I think a lot of people for some reason people think that Junior just has cerebral palsy and that's all that's wrong with him. And and he doesn't even have cerebral palsy. Junior has brain damage. Straight up brain damage. He has spasticity, he has a visual impairment, he has a seizure disorder. What else? NAS and FAS. Junior is not like all he has is CP. He has all types of disfigurements that he needs taken care of. The hernia situation. The last time I heard about what was truly going on in Junior's diaper, they saying that he still has no sign of having an actual genitalia at all. They said that Junior is so disfigured, in his nether regions that it looks like it looks like he has a vagina basically. And he's a little boy. Most people would not be first of all, most people wouldn't even be able to stomach that in real time in real life. Most people wouldn't be able to stomach it. But even further, even more people would not be willing to take care of anything like that. They wouldn't be able to be responsible for anything like that. Chrisean ruined Junior beyond belief. Beyond belief. Like it's not even, but for some reason, some people think that they could handle it and CPS would do their big one. No. Nobody, I don't think Junior would ever get placed with anybody for real. It really is a different type of situation altogether. It is not like Junior is a normal child and he just needs some tender loving care and he would be okay. Just like when Blueface came home and he told people that Junior would be a lot further if it wasn't for Chrisean and she's just not teaching him anything. True enough, obviously Junior can learn some stuff now that he knows how to kiss and clap his hands and stuff like that, right? But it's not like she can just teach him stuff and he's going to get it like that. It's brain damage. It's his brain not being completely developed. It's not like you can just keep teaching him stuff and he's going to go out in the world and learn and know how to live this full life by himself. That's not it. Chrisean fucked Junior up. Fucked him up. It's not just a lack of teaching him things. He can't learn these things. This is his life. I don't know why people it's like a lot of people try to minimize it though. I don't know why though. Chrisean got online the other day and lied and said his hernia fixed and he had You see how unserious she is though? Cause this shouldn't even be a topic of conversation for most people. Like most people should not be online talking about their child having a hernia so bad that it's left them without um their actual private parts. Like when Blue said that I was cussing at the screen, like, yeah, yeah. And some people, there's been a few people behind the scenes that they said that Blue might not know everything that's going on with Junior. Chrisean might not have told him. But at the same time, it's like you be online, you've never seen these leaked medical records or anything. Cause as bad as people want to believe that it's just, Chrisean's not teaching him anything, it's worse than that. It's worse than that. It's way worse than that. Because if this child can't do anything for himself, like Junior is about to be 3 years old, um, and basically what, 5 weeks? In 5 weeks, Junior will be 3 years old and he still can't even hold his own bottle. I don't know like why y'all think for those people in the chat that think it is just a matter of not Blueface, Chrisean not teaching Junior anything. If he's about to be 3 years old and he still can't even hold his own bottle, how do y'all think that it's just something as simple as not being able to not being taught to do something? Because if in all this time, if you're feeding a baby and they're watching you feed them and they know when their bottle is in front of them and stuff like that, they would have took it upon themselves a long time ago to start holding their own bottle. Junior can't see anything. He can't just learn things like other regular kids. It don't have nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the brain damage. He doesn't just have CP. Like there's a certain, I'm not going to call nobody out today, but there's a certain page on Instagram that they are in love with the idea that Junior has cerebral palsy. They'll be reposting shit about cerebral palsy. Oh, Junior has CP. This is how you handle a child with CP. Okay, cool, but Junior doesn't have CP. The things y'all see going on with Junior's muscles and shit like that, that's called spasticity. And then Junior's seizure disorder comes along with that too. It has nothing to do with cerebral palsy. Y'all just gave him that diagnosis and it's not correct. Medical records been out. So why we're landing on CP, I don't know. DCFS in every state is the government entity that takes on the cases. So yeah. Drinking milk. With this comment too, though, right? When y'all say, and I'm not saying the person that made this comment, I'm not saying y'all are in the chat, I'm just saying in general. When people say that Chrisean is outrunning CPS and shit like that, DCFS and CPS, whatever you want to call it, all that is government entities, right? That's the reason why I'm using this comment for an example. Because I see so many people acknowledging that Chrisean is a federal informant because she is. So it's great that y'all are acknowledging it. It's great that more people are acknowledging that she's an informant, right? However, a lot of those same people that are acknowledging it, they're saying that Chrisean is on the run from CPS. Chrisean is government property. She can't be on the run from a government entity. They know where she's at all times. Not only that, that apartment that y'all love to call CPS to that Chrisean lives in, the shit is right next to a police department. It's right next to a police department. She has no qualms whatsoever about posting when she's at home, all that. Y'all can hear Junior in the background. Y'all are sitting up, y'all are calling CPS, and still nothing's happening. She's not outrunning CPS at all. I promise you she's not. She's protected from getting CPS visits, open cases, all that shit. The same government that runs CPS and all that is the same government that protects Chrisean. Like a lot of people don't understand how deep this whole rabbit hole goes, but Chrisean is federally protected. She's not running from CPS. She doesn't have to. She straight up doesn't have to. Let me read a few more y'all comments and then we're gonna get off. Y'all gotta go to work in the morning. I do too. We gotta go to bed. Her shaking him might have did the brain damage because he's been tore up ever since. I think he already had brain damage when he was born, but I definitely think she contributed, like she added more to it after he was born. Cause even just like the stories of her actually physically abusing him and then of course shaking him and all that, I definitely think that she exacerbated it even more with all the extras that she did. Right, he can't see maybe some shadows and lights, but it said on his medical record that that's why she's always humming when he's trying to kiss. Yeah. What it said, I forgot what the actual official diagnosis was, but it definitely said it on his medical records. And from my understanding, he that's all he can see is basically like lights and blurs, but he can't the part of his brain that basically connects images and makes them make sense in your mind, right? That part of his brain is damaged. So it's not a lot of people think that Junior is blind from the STD that Chrisean had. And that might have honestly that might have added on to it too. However, the reason he's blind is because of the brain damage. It's his actual brain that's not able to um put together what his eyes are seeing basically, but it's not like the actual infection that ruined his eyes. um y'all seen that milk bottle with mold? Yeah, we seen it. Some people were saying that the bottle had never been washed before ever, and hopefully that's not true, but at the same time I wouldn't be surprised. Like I told y'all the other day, I wouldn't be surprised if Junior only gets a bath every 2 or 3 months. No, he caught birth syphilis. Um, yeah, two things true at once. He definitely well, we don't actually even know if Junior had syphilis when he was born. We know syphilis was on Chrisean's medical records, but the thing with like passing along STDs and stuff like that to kids like during birth, certain factors have to be in place too. Like if her viral load was high at the time, then she probably passed it on to Junior. But if it was low, there's a chance that he didn't get it. Kind of like the same thing like when you hear about people who were born to parents that had HIV but they ended up not having it. It's not always guaranteed that you'll pass on STIs or STDs to your unborn kids, but it's a very high likelihood. But when it comes to Junior's eyes, it didn't come from the STDs or anything. Him being blind is most definitely linked to him having brain damage. It's cortical. I want to say it was cortical this something, but that's attributed to the brain. His actual diagnosis with his eyes is attributed to brain damage. Um, mm, yeah, it's a lot. It's a whole lot going on. Thank you, Black Orchid, for the jewels. Um, baby's actually who gives a fuck about Jaden? Lord, babies actually learn to do a lot on their own. Yeah, So that's what I mean though. Like a lot of people think it's just Chrisean not teaching him stuff. Most stuff that babies learned, it's due to them exploring and learning it on their own. It's not necessarily somebody has to teach them anything. Um, let me I don't know where I'm at. So I'm gonna just say everybody again. Thank you, Black Orchid, for the jewels. Danielle, Nadia, Nautica, Pensy, Cheeky, TBT, Black Orchid again. Thank you, everybody. Keisha, Pensy, and Black Orchid again. Thank everybody for the jewels. I appreciate it, y'all. Let me play the little
Cash make the coochie go woo woo.
Anyway, yo, I think that was it. I don't have any more clips or anything. I appreciate everybody for pulling up though. I appreciate everybody's insight tonight. This was a nice little chat we had. I didn't realize it had been 2.5 hours already. But thank y'all once again. If anything big happens tomorrow, I'll probably go live. It didn't seem like it was kind of quiet today, but if anything big happens tomorrow, I'll probably go live. If not, probably the next time I'll be live is probably Thursday or Friday. We'll see how the week goes and what's going on in the circus. But I'll definitely be dropping more videos, but we'll have to see about the lives. But once again, I appreciate everybody. Thank y'all and have a good night, everybody. See y'all in the next one. Bye.